Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Greatly appreciate your help. So, I talk movie and TV show, entertainment, news, do reviews, and say things that are a bit controversial because I am who I am. Don't care to live in an echo chamber, pander, or grift. So, feel free to voice your opinion. Check out my channel trailer. I'm back to review Disney Plus's Marvel's What If Episode 3, and I've been dreading this because I did not like the first two episodes at all. They were like, what if this character was better than the original at everything just because? I don't know, identity politics maybe. Episode 1, Peggy Carter becomes Captain Carter, and she doesn't have to go on any of those tours and stuff that Captain America did that made him a public figure. So I don't know how she's going to be as famous as he was in present day, because that's how the episode ends, with her getting there. But she was like better than Captain America in most ways with the execution they did. And then you had episode 2, what if T'Challa was Star-Lord, or became Star-Lord. And there are just a lot of things that didn't set well with me on that one. The Ravagers, and Yondu's just going to accept they took the wrong kid. And then he changes the Ravagers from the inside out. They gloss over all this history. They don't show you these important conversations. You expect me to believe that he was able to change Thanos' mind just because. Like, T'Challa is the most famous, beloved. Everybody just gushes over the character. And it's cool to hear Chadwick Boseman voice the character, but details matter. You can't just give me something and just expect me to buy it. You've got to set it up. You've got to put things in there that show how this stuff works. You can't just gloss all over it just because. So 3 is what if Earth lost its mightiest heroes? And it is an interesting whodunit murder mystery filled with all kinds of awesome moments, callbacks to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the early days of it. It's really cool. Let's talk about the positives, and then I'll talk about the negatives. Spoiler warning! So the positives on this one, man, this voice cast is stacked with actors reprising their roles as the characters we've come to know. Michael Douglas as Hank Pym, Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, Clark Gregg as Agent Coulson, Frank Grillo, Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo, and Jamie Alexander, Tom Hiddleston. So the voice acting was pretty damn cool. It was cool to revisit these moments like Iron Man 2, and it's just a really interesting thing that these characters start to get picked off one by one. First, Iron Man, and it gets pinned on Black Widow, but Nick Fury knows it's not really Black Widow. That's why he gives her something to help her escape Frank Grillo's custody, and then it just escalates from there with Thor, then Hawkeye, and goes down further and further until it finally gets to this conclusion. You know, I was really surprised by the conclusion, but it was so great to see so many of these characters back. General Ross, Betty, and it was interesting to see Mark Ruffalo in the Incredible Hulk setting, because if you know, Edward Norton was Bruce Banner / Hulk. Originally was some really great action in here. It's great to see Loki, Tom Hiddleston, back to being an actual formidable opponent, a threat. In here, he's very capable, showing up to get vengeance for Thor on Earth. And the details, there's just so many nice moments in here. The voice acting, Agent Coulson, he has kind of that Josh Whedon comedic take on here. Not everything set well with me, but it was really good to hear his voice. To say, when Samuel Jackson pulls out that beaver to possibly call Captain Marvel, I'm like, don't you do it! Don't you do it! This episode's been really good to me so far. Don't you dare go there. because I don't want it. Loki behaved more like who he is rather than the way the Loki Disney Plus series depicted him. All underpowered and just a failure at absolutely everything, not a formidable threat. But on the negatives, the TVA, the Loki series established that he's pretty much failure across all timelines, at least from what I recall. So this Loki being able to conquer the world like immediately by the end of the episode, does that really line up with what you established with the whole Loki series and TVA stuff? Doesn't seem like it's consistent with what you established there, though it does seem like it's more consistent with what the Marvel Cinematic Universe established about Loki before the show Loki came out. Voice acting for Scarlett Johansson's character, that sucked. Seeing Captain Marvel at the end of the episode, that sucked. Animation still doesn't set right exactly with me. I really think this show should have been live action instead. One thing I do want to say, seeing Mark Ruffalo rather than Edward Norton bothers me, because I do think Edward Norton was a way better Bruce Banner than Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is the long-term established Hulk for the MCU. Most people don't like the Incredible Hulk movie, but Edward Norton actually came off more like a scientist and more like a Bruce Banner than Mark Ruffalo's hippie, new agey, pot-smoking dude style of Bruce Banner. Or that's how I feel about it anyway. It's a little disappointing to see it, but also at the same time kind of cool to see him established in there as the Hulk. This What If episode for me worked. It was better in execution than the previous two episodes were with what it established. Anyways, let me know what you thought of this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you hate this show? Do you think it's gone awful and they haven't done any episodes good at all? Really? Or do you think it's been consistently good throughout all 3 episodes and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about? They can do no wrong. Like, subscribe, comment. I greatly appreciate it. Stay awesome. Rock on.